Here, for instance, is a reproduction of one of the first images received on a television screen. Compare that crude picture with these of today, and you can judge for yourself how far along the road to perfection television has traveled.
If I had to pick between TV and the internet at this point in my life, I would almost always choose the internet.
And I probably spend more hours a week watching things like YouTube than television now.
I'm watching TV.
Why is that?
Because I like watching movies there. It's more, I don't know, bigger screen often and a bit old-fashioned about that, I think.
I spend more time watching TV than internet.
I go to the internet these days because I find it easier finding information on various things.
TV.
Why is that?
Because I've been on the computer all day long.
Television.
I don't have a TV, but I spend tons of time on the internet.
I go on the internet sometimes and try and pick up different things, but I stick to just the TV.
Internet, hands down.
Absolutely the computer, to check email.
Really?
Yeah.
Just to check email?
Well, no, that's usually where it starts, which then leads to, oh, let's see what someone's MySpace page looks like. Let's see what someone's Facebook page looks like.
As a couple cruises the Guggenheim.
All day long.
But if you continue to cast, they know you're there.
Similar at first glance, but aren't close.
Farmers market with all
I watch TV on the internet. I don't live in this country, and so all of the TV is in Chinese. I live in China, and not only is my Chinese not very good, but Chinese TV is really, really boring.
I don't know. I think TV is ridiculous.
Chinese government is huge with propaganda, so loads of their TV is exactly so.
For internet, it's kind of the same thing, just staying connected to the people and what's going on in the world. But it's at my disposal to research what I want, to read what I want, as opposed to turning on the TV and kind of only having so many choices.
What's your experience with the internet in China?
Loads of it's blocked. Actually, this is really hilarious. Maybe it's not that hilarious, but this is super interesting at least. In June, I went to not to Russia, I went to a border town by Russia, and so I had all these photos of the trip, and my friend put them on his Flickr, which is just a photo hosting website. But then about a month later, his photos were taken down, so this was this spring, or Flickr was completely disabled. And when the Chinese government disables something on the internet, they don't say the Chinese government has blocked it, they just say there's no website here. I figured out what actually happened just, I think, last week, because I was reading a magazine here and it was talking about this one foreigner who was living in a different city in China, and it was the same time when Flickr went down and there was protests, and he wasn't able to go to the rallies, because if a foreigner goes to a protest in China, then they're immediately banned from the country. Well, they're immediately deported and they're not allowed back in. So he was following the protests while it was happening on the internet, and so people were uploading onto blogs and whatnot, and he was following it, that a website would be uploaded and they'd be put some pictures or some info on it, and then about 5 minutes later the government would knock it down. So they were hunting it. But then loads of people were uploading photos of the rally onto their Flickrs, and so the government started just deactivating accounts, and then they just completely knocked off Flickr. And this was the same time when my photos were disconnected in the spring, but I just had no idea. I wasn't even sure that it was the government. I remember one thing, a friend of mine who was going to Bible college, she was talking to me about something, and she kept sending me a bunch of reference scriptures, and depending on the website, some of them were just completely blocked by the government.
I mean, I guess I do watch the news a lot too, and you can hear about something on the news, and then there always seems to be something that you can go watch more in depth on the internet. And a lot of people post their own views and blogs and stuff on YouTube as well, which is kind of interesting to get instantly other people's opinions about issues rather than just one media form.
They're trying to get you to go on the internet after the show and give your thoughts and opinions.
I think that there still is an entertainment quality to TV, drama, that will just never be able to be recreated on the internet.
I just I don't know, trying to connect to the people in the shows, their problems and what they're going through.
The drama, I guess, kind of how it's so real life and that we can relate to it, but then it's so extreme. So it adds to that make-believe and that fantasy.
Who knows what the future holds? It's fun guessing, though.
Just so many ways of communicating now and opportunities to change it that I think this idea is always changing, and we're always finding new ways of getting in contact with each other.
I think that it's definitely an awesome tool just in spreading, like in just information being free. And I think evidence of that is that the Chinese government's doing so much to contain it.
Turn off your TV, it kills.
Dedicated to the hip-hop legends out there.